with self-employment and business owners, unless you know this stuff, you're going to pay more tax. And that bugs me. I vividly remember going back years ago, I first become involved with a limited company and thinking, I know I need to pay myself. I'd come out of employment. I'd had some side hustles on the go. So I kind of knew by now about side hustles and how they worked. But coming in, transitioning into a limited company, I thought I just want to kind of replicate my pay. So I thought, what should I do? Well, I figured out how you set up a payroll and understood all that and how to run a payroll. So I went and did that, and I wanted, I think, 1,500 quid at the time. So then I was like, okay, I'm getting £1,500. So you had to deduct your tax and national insurance and pay it over because my limited company was employing me. I would get the rest. Now, the impact of that on my cash flow as a company was that I had to take it and hand it over to the revenue each month. And I was thinking, this is killing my cash. And I was talking to other business owners and other accountants and people and thinking, well, there must be a better way to do this. And at this point, I wasn't a trained accountant. You know, I was in business. I had a very good interest in tax, but I wasn't a trained accountant at this point. So I didn't know about these things. So I spent hours, and I mean hours, deep diving. Back then, it would have been on forums. Now, the closest we've got to a forum is probably Reddit. And I just went massively deep on it and figured out that actually I probably should be paying myself dividends or salary. But then I went through that thing of, well, I don't technically know how to do this. I worry that it's not right for me. I'm worrying about getting it right. And I just couldn't seem to figure it out. But I knew that if I wanted to grow my business, I needed to make sure that I stopped this cash flow problem of having the fact that I was parting with this cash every month. Eventually, I figured it out. And, you know, long story, as most of you know who've been listening to the podcast for a while, I retrained later in life, become an accountant. I've been doing this for 18 odd years. It was these kind of things that really kind of got me interested in it. Is I know there's a better way, and I know that it's costing me money not knowing, and that bugs me. You know, everybody else in employment and everything else just gets their tax applied, and they're fairly, if you want to use the word fairly, but, you know, if you're in employment, you should get roughly the same taxes as everybody else in the same similar situation. With self-employment and business owners, unless you know this stuff, you're going to pay more tax, or you're risking the fact that you've done it wrong and you're going to get fined later. Maybe you don't sleep very well, that kind of stuff. And I just remember these kind of feelings.